How to make Pizeli. Welcome to Cook Vegan. I'm Farah and I'm going to walk you through this traditional Mediterranean recipe with a twist. Now, Pizeli is a traditional stew made in Cyprus, the Middle East, and several parts of the Mediterranean, which is basically beautiful peas. Now, usually it does have tomato sauce, but if you're like me and are avoiding all nightshades and tomatoes especially, then this is a simple recipe that is really, really tasty and gives you all the flavor of the delicious peas, but without any of the tomato sauce overtaking it basically. So it is nice for everyone. Now, I'll just put my stove on here and I'll show you all the ingredients that I have as well waiting to be cooked. This is a really, really quick and easy recipe. It will take you in total 20 minutes to cook everything, and then you can do other stuff as well while it's going on. So I'm heating now my pan, and I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil just to coat the bottom of the pan. So that's probably about 3 to 4 tablespoons of olive oil. Wooden spoon out. Now here I've got 1 large onion. You could dice these, but personally I love actually tasting the onion and having that texture and oh, it's just delicious. So try and have them in a bigger chunks. And here there's 2 cloves of garlic. Again, if you want slightly more, you can have. So I'm just throwing all of that in here, and I'm going to saute this for about 2 minutes. I don't want it to become golden. I just want the onions to become translucent and cook nicely. So I'm coating that in the olive oil, as you can see here. I'm trying to separate those nice chunks of onion. But don't worry again if they don't part, because they will as the stew is being made. So as I said, I'm not going to leave this on for too long. Those of you who have watched my videos already know that I have a magic 3 number. Everything seems to be 3 minutes. But in this case, it's going to be even quicker. So I'm just going to stir those around. Now, I've already got my Pizeli, my peas here. Now, if you're lucky enough to get fresh peas, that's amazing. These are frozen, so it's super easy again. So actually, guys, this isn't even going to be translucent. The onions are beginning to cook. I'm just going to throw in all the other ingredients now, because I don't want it to bronze or overcook. So now I'm going to throw in my peas. Now these are frozen, as I said. They've been not really defrosted. It's just taken out of the freezer, and I've just rinsed them. And I've also got artichokes here. So this is about 3 full cups of peas. But I wouldn't worry too much about the quantities. It could be a bit more, could be a bit less. Now in Cyprus we do get peas that are already mixed with a few carrots if we want. I know you do most of the parts of the world, but also artichoke. But I know in some places or with some supermarkets you can't. Artichokes are optional, but it's really nice, and it gives also, a lot of people say about vegan food, if they're not used to it, their fork is almost licking for that chunky bits, you know, which would have been meat to get into. So artichokes are really nice because it gives that option, that what the brain is subconsciously looking for. So it's nice to have artichokes in as well. Now you could have fresh, or you could have frozen. So anywhere I think you can get the frozen version, and they are pretty much already cut into pieces around that size. So it's nice to have 1 or 2 artichokes in that as well. So this I'm stirring in, and now I'm going to add in 1 vegetable stock cube. So I'll crumble that in here. There we go. Stir that in a little bit. And keep stirring this a bit more. Get all the flavours. And Himalayan salt. You could use sea salt if you prefer. I'm just going to put in here half a teaspoon. And then 1 teaspoon. I'm actually running out of cinnamon, so lucky for me. I'll just throw all of that in. 1 teaspoon of powdered cinnamon. This is so nice with beans, and it really brings out the flavour. Plus, cinnamon's just so good for you. It's good for people who are worried about their blood sugar levels and diabetes. So you can try and get cinnamon into your daily life. It's great. And just a few pinches, let's say, of ground black pepper. Put that in. Again, salt and pepper is always something to taste. So some people like a bit more, some like less. So now that I've got all of that, stirring around, and you can see it already does have quite a lot of juice because a lot was frozen and the peas have released some. Now I'm going to add some water to this mix. This is not boiled water, so I don't want too much. This is even less than a cup of water. So I'm going to put that in. And that water, I don't want to use the word creamy, but it will become thicker as all the juice of all these yummy vegetables cook in it and it just stews. So that's already been brought to boil. Just add a tiny bit more. There we go. That's about a cup of water. So you want just enough to not cover it completely. You're not making a soup. So I'll leave that now. Now I'm going to turn down the heat to a medium heat, cover it, and allow it to simmer for maximum 20 minutes. It doesn't need more than that. And then right at the end, I'm going to put in my freshly squeezed lemon juice, so one whole lemon, the juice of one whole lemon, and coriander. Here I've got about 2 tablespoons of coriander. So while that's cooking or simmering, you can get the rest ready and then just go around the kitchen, do whatever you need to do, and I'll just show you at the end what it looks like, and that's as easy as it is. Right, this has been on now for exactly 20 minutes, and around 3 minutes ago I checked it and the water was just going down, so I just put a tiny bit more, about half a centimetre more of water. So do check it as it's being cooked. You don't have to add too much water, but it's nice just to give that sauce because that gives the flavour when it's set on rice. Also, we're having it on wild rice today. You could have it on brown rice as well, or even a different grain if you like, buckwheat or quinoa or anything else. So that's it. Now what I'm going to do, this has been cooking on 5, so exactly half. I'm adding the juice here of 1 lemon. And you can always add a little bit more than that. And some coriander. So this is 2 tablespoons approximately. Just putting that in. And I'm just going to stir the coriander in just so that it actually cooks a tiny bit. I mean, it's cut into such small pieces, it will wilt anyway really, really quickly. But then the flavours will go in more, it will be much more digestible and easy to blend in really, and not stand out too much, because I don't know about you guys, I like coriander, but I don't want that very, very flavoursome approach. So there we go, that's it. Now if you do want tomato sauce, you can also, don't forget, instead of the water you could put tomato sauce, just tin tomato sauce, about a can and a bit with that, and even some tomato paste. That's what a lot of people do, but this is the perfect way to enjoy traditional Pizeli without any nightshades. So it's good for you, especially if you have skin conditions or any autoimmune. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you found this useful. Don't forget to subscribe to Cook Vegan, and any questions you have, just pop them below, turn on your notification button, and I will see you all very soon. Bye from me.